Instagram, and they've been liking my posts. I thought, well, I'll send them a little message, and they've been fantastic. They sent me a couple of their last tracks, and it absolutely rocks. I absolutely love that track. It's going to be played. I haven't actually played that on my show yet. That's going to be played on Tuesday, so it's like a bit of an exclusive. I haven't. Yeah, it's for you guys. I absolutely think it's absolutely a kick-ass track, to be truthfully honest. So
it is for sure.
That's awesome. I'm delighted to hear that you've given us a cheeky little exclusive ahead of Premium Blend. How awesome is that? That's
no kidding.
The ultimate in paying it forward. I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a brilliant tune. I mean, I just put on Twitter, I just love the kind of deep harmonic repeated guitar phrase, like that little lick. It's just the tone of it is so nice. The vocals are brilliant. There's great harmonies and great energy in the vocals. And yeah, it's a cracking track to start the show with. It's set the scene and set the mood very nicely. I think it's beautiful.
Well, for sure.
Well, I tried to give you a little cheeky exclusive, guys, because you've been so kind to me. So so thanks. Yeah,
well, it's definitely our pleasure, Stuart, for sure. I mean, we love the show, so we're more than willing to help out in any way possible. And just in general, speaking of which, all the tracks you sent me were really cool. But man, like Mike knows, I had a time and a half trying to kind of set the playlist up, just because I have it's not necessarily a particular system as such. It's kind of not quite as how they come to me. It's just I want to mix it up, but I want to mix it up right. Meaning it's not going to be all rock and then a little bit of folk, a little bit of country, or whatever it may be. I want to mix it up like properly, so it's not like a general kind of a playlist. And that's always the hardest part of the show, but it's the most rewarding as well. Because there's sometimes, not all times, and Mike knows that I'm kind of notorious for kind of last minute switches, but the switch is normally the right way to go. So it was fun, but man, as I was talking to Mike earlier, it's like looking at these two, it's like, man, I've got them down, but I'm not sure how I'm going to arrange them. So.
And that's the joy of radio. That's the fact that it comes to you how you want to. You want it to those peaks and troughs, and it just you have to make those switches every now and again, and that's the beauty of radio. So,
for sure, well, Mike, you want to go ahead, buddy?
I've got nothing to add to that other than I'm glad I don't have to do the playlist, so I don't have either of your jobs.
Thank you, Mike.
I just sit here and talk bollocks. It's brilliant.
You've been very helpful. I'll make note of that in my report.
I do sometimes text you and go, when it's like 10 minutes before the show, I'm like, oh, should we squeeze like Shotgun 21 in or something? You're like, oh, for fuck's sake. But yeah, it's a bit of an art to it, I think.
So
it's definitely an art to it. Yeah, it's about that feeling how it flows. Yeah, it's getting that. Yeah, and sometimes you get it right, and sometimes you don't quite get it wrong. It's all about just going with how you feel it's going to work. So.
My next question, Stuart, is about when you have in-house guests. How do you set up for that? What's your first kind of plan of attack to make it work properly for you?
With my in-house guests, well, basically, if they leave at the end of the night and they want to come back on the show, I know that I've done my job properly, and that's basically how my emphasis is. If they want to come back, I think I've done my job properly, and that's all I try and work out is so that is to have a good time, to make it nice and relaxed. And it's a Tuesday night, and it's you can be sat at home watching EastEnders, or you can come and sit on my show and have a bit of a laugh and play some tunes, and we just listen to some good music, and that's generally how I just want to make it. I just want to make it as nice and easy as possible. A bit of a laugh, that's all I want.
No, fair enough. I'm just curious because I mean the way it's sort of the same way Mike and I do it. I mean because I do have some in-house guests. I mean most of them are via Skype just because of geographical distances. But there are some local bands we have in that they'll have them come in to my quote unquote studio, and Mike and I will interview them. But it's the same thing we try to get to all the time. We want to make sure the guest is completely comfortable and talk to them like they've known us for like 20 years sort of thing.
Well, I definitely feel like I've known you both for 20 years, to be honest, if that's what you're looking for. So, but yeah, it's just it's that relaxed feel, isn't it? you want people to enjoy themselves, and that's if they enjoy themselves, they want to come back, and that's that's all you can really ask for. That's all. I just want a bit of a laugh on a Tuesday night, really. I'm not getting paid for it, so I might as well enjoy it whilst I'm there, and if the guests enjoy it, we're on to a win-win situation. So.
Right on. Well, and that's the same thing for us because the next actually Mike and I, the next 3 weeks at least are busy because next weekend we have Sabrina and Ian Leach for come on talk about the festival, and then the week after that we have Lemonade Kid. Is it Lemonade Kid? No, Lemonade Kid's on the 19th. On the 12th we have Red or Dead.
Oh yeah, nice.
Sweet, some great guests there actually. Yeah, I've got Sabrina and Adrian coming in on the 17th or 18th of July, I think. They're coming in onto my show, so about a week before the festival, I think.
Nice.
So,
I'm
looking forward to that. It's all going to be good.
Oh, they're so much fun. Mike and I talked to them last year, and we had a blast. It was probably, I think we do midweek, didn't we, Mike?
Yeah, I think it was like a Wednesday or something, wasn't it? And similar to this year, they were just trying to get as much exposure in as many different places as possible. And I think this year they've upped it again, and I think they're doing an interview a month with a different radio show, sort of between nowish and the festival, which is really cool. I think you've got the prime slots. You got the week before, haven't you? So when it's all building up, and they'll be all giggles and all really stressed, I don't know.
And roll sometimes,
So. There's one band, Stuart, that I'll send you that Mike are going to have on probably at the end of May, beginning of June. Is a band called Sequoia.
Okay.
And they are in the UK. Their newest single is out right now. We played it quite a few times. And their lead singer, Anna, she's initially from the US, but her husband got a job in the UK, so she's formed a band, and they're really good, and she's always a good time. So I should pass along her info because she'd definitely be a person to have on your show because she's a lot of fun and just full of energy. So we'll pass the info along to you a little bit later on, but keep that in mind for Sequoia. So we're gonna get to our next song of the night, and the next song of the night is a band called Ghost of Men, and the song's called I Don't Really Feel Right. Dig this.
I never sleep at night, and if
Ghost of Men with I Don't Feel Right. Now, that was a cool song, and vocally reminded me a lot of Alice in Chains, and that was super cool. I love the grunge alternative feel to it. I had a good kind of good catch to it, good hook, like great tune.
Yes, absolutely banging track. That was my opening track from last week's show. It's not due to be released until the 5th of May. What an absolute banger. It's a great start to a show. Just absolutely, from the moment that snare comes in, it just absolutely bangs. I can't thank them enough for sending that over to me. So, yeah, what a great track, eh?
That's a brilliant track. Well, I tuned in. I was driving to Plymouth last Tuesday, so I was listening to a show in the car. And when that came on, I was just like, oh. And I love the kind of, I assume, kind of deliberate Nirvana reference at the beginning, and then it goes into that kind of technical beat instead. And just the guitar tone and everything, again, is really, really nice on it. Brilliant track. And yeah, they're a cool band. They're a cool band I've discovered through your show. So it just goes to show that this whole radio thing works, doesn't it?
It sure does.
I'm almost touched.
Mentally, I'm touching you now, but that's a different. Sorry.
Phrasing. Yeah.
Oh my god, I think I have to go.
Oh dear, that just slipped out, so to speak.
Yes.
Speaking of which, Mike,
That's not the first time you said that to me either, so.
Oh dear, we're only 2 tracks in of this. We've sunk.
Oh, yeah.
We've got to claw our way back somehow.
Merry Christmas.
I was going to ask you about your 20-minute mixes, because I really enjoyed those recently. So where'd you get the idea to get people to do them?
The 20-minute mix, so that comes from the original show when I was doing my 90 show. I used to do a 12-inch mix, so I used to find the longest track I could possibly carry.
Phrasing.
I wanted to, and it came from trying to expand the 12-inch mix to a 20-minute mix. So it's the DJ mix is probably the hardest thing I have to find each week, but it is getting easier and easier. And tonight I was actually down at the bar next door seeing the Get It Together lads and the original 45ers who have both sent mixes in, and they did the hip hop mix a couple of weeks ago. So they've been absolutely fantastic. So
that hip hop mix was absolutely brilliant. What was it called? The history of hip hop back and there and back again, or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, there and back again. Yeah. They're really nice guys. Tristan and Dave, I met them tonight and been chatting to them. Yeah, absolutely outstanding lads. So, and I also bumped into Christos and Adrian from the original 45ers that have come on and done live mixes and sent mixes in before. So, yeah, all those guys are top blokes at all. So, yeah, really worth checking out.
Right on. You know what? I was thinking too, Stuart, when you're doing your interviews, just generally speaking, how do you prepare for them?
Prepare my interviews. Well, I actually have a laminated sheet with numbers on them, and I try and sort of I kind of work with the questions, how I feel I want to take. Obviously, it's build it up. So the first few questions will be nice and easy. You know, what we've been up to, have you got any gigs lined up? It just,
right.
Because obviously the guests are a little bit I wouldn't say they're nervous, but it's just to try and put them at ease. And then after that, I try and make those questions a little bit more thought provoking and try and bring more, and just as they feel more comfortable, just so they feel a bit more easy and free and easy to talk about stuff. So.
Right. No, I'm just curious because actually, Mike, I'm honestly not sure how you prepare myself. I've done so many interviews that I kind of check everything, all the background sort of thing. You know, obviously go through the music, and usually I have a mental note of what questions I'm going to ask, and I can always kind of think ahead. And it works nicely because between Mike and I, we have a lot of times too. We have the same questions, but we talk a little bit beforehand, but we don't necessarily compare questions. We kind of just go with the flow. That way, we always kind of keep ahead. So if one person asks the one question, then the other person will ask a similar question right after, or kind of take a couple steps more ahead. So we're always ahead of the game in that way, and it makes it a little bit more easy. But I'm just curious because